My beloved, I see you, I truly see you. I know the quiet questions rising within your heart, even before they ever find their way to your lips. In this still and sacred moment, I am reaching out for you. Yes, you, the one reading these words right now. Nothing I do is by accident. Every whisper, every touch of my presence carries a purpose. Perhaps you wonder, could this really be meant for me? Maybe it is for someone stronger, someone more deserving. But no, these words are meant precisely for you. They are a gentle touch, a soft reminder that I am near, speaking straight to your spirit. Take a deep breath. Let the air fill your lungs and feel my presence wrap around you like the soft hush before dawn. Do not turn away, I want to show you something. Something vital to the path that lies ahead. A truth strong enough to steady you through the storms yet to come. Do not let fear plant its roots in your thoughts, little one. I hold your future. Every detail, every hidden worry, every fragile hope, all safe in my hands. When choices feel too heavy for your strength, when challenges shake your confidence, come to me. Step away from the noise of the world. Quiet your racing heart, and let my peace wash over you. In the sanctuary of my presence, anxiety melts like frost beneath the first light of morning. Place your hand over your heart, and feel the rhythm slow, your mind quiet, your spirit rest. That stillness, that peace is my gift to you. It is not a peace the world can give, but one that endures, unbroken and steady. Remember, my precious child, do not move forward when anger clouds your vision. Do not speak when pain sharpens your voice. When others misunderstand or wound you, resist the urge to strike back. That is the snare of your adversary, a trap meant to steal your joy and burden your soul. What feels small in a heated moment can linger for years if you let it. Instead, return to me. Whisper your hurt and your struggles in honest prayer. I will cover you with the shield of my love, so you no longer need to fight every battle or bear the weight of others' cruelty alone. You who feel these words stirring your heart, hold them close. Let them sink deep within you. Return to them whenever life feels heavy or your path unclear. I speak not to your circumstances, but directly to your spirit, because I desire the very best for you. If you have hesitated to trust, listening to voices that do not know me, let this be the moment you decide. Open your heart fully, seek my wisdom daily, make room for my guidance, and you will begin to see my direction shaping even the smallest corners of your life. There is no darkness so deep that my light cannot reach you. No regret, no shadow of the past can hold you when you let my voice rise above the noise of judgment. When others remind you of who you once were, remember, I already forgave you long ago. Lift your eyes, my beloved, the verdict over your life is freedom. Live for me, not for the fleeting approval of those who cannot see your destiny. As you grow strong in my confidence, their opinions lose their grip and their words no longer wound. Come freely to me, ask your questions, share your heart, reveal even your most fragile thoughts. See how wide and how deep my love for you truly is. I long to fill your days with my presence until fear has no place left to hide. My spirit will awaken courage in you and joy you have never known. Let me be your constant comforter, your unshaken peace. For even when threats or disappointments arise, I am already weaving good through it all. If you feel weak today, unsure if you can keep standing, just listen for my voice. Open your heart once more. Let the balm of my peace settle gently over your soul and rest. For I am the Creator, the one who stills every storm that dares to touch you. The calm you felt before, that gentle peace wrapping around your heart, it is still here with you now. Even as the world outside grows louder and storms begin to stir, remember what I told you. I am the one who stills the wind. The noise and threats of this world may try to shake your confidence, but they will not prevail. I quiet the chaos. I silence the lies, and I remind you of how far you have already come. Do not let discouragement steal the victories you have fought so hard to gain. Even if no one else sees them, I do. Every small triumph, every quiet act of endurance is precious in my sight. Hear this, beloved, what you see as weakness is not failure, but the opening through which my strength flows perfectly. Your moments of not enough, your weary sighs, your trembling faith, they reveal your deep need for me. And it is in that very need that my power lifts you higher, carrying you farther than you could ever go alone. Take a quiet breath. Feel it steady your spirit. When your trust joins with my strength, you become unshakable. Hope returns. Your spirit revives, and my words nourish you from within, driving away the weight of doubt. With my strength renewing yours, step forward in hope. Let nothing stop your progress. Though the mountain may seem far away, each small step brings you closer to the summit I have prepared. A place where your long-held dreams begin to take form, where my purposes bloom in their perfect time. This is your moment to accept my will, to let me shape your story with grace. I did not bring you this far for you to turn back, but to rise higher, to see farther, and to understand the richness of blessings I am preparing for you. Do not let desperation or anxiety steal the dawn of this new chapter. When emotions threaten to overwhelm you, hear my invitation. Come, rest, be refreshed, find clarity in me. Let yourself take refuge in my care. For I am the maker of mercy and new beginnings. I am here with you in this very moment, ready to lead you forward. Let me come closer to your heart, child, for I see the places where you ache to be understood, the quiet corners where even you have hidden questions from yourself. The hours ahead stretch open like an unwritten page, filled with choices not yet made and outcomes still unseen. Your mind turns over endless what-ifs, carrying both the weight of hope and the ache of unfinished yesterdays. In these fragile moments, I draw near with the gentleness of morning light, soft and steady, unhurried and sure. You do not need to rush, you do not need to prove your worth. I am not counting your missed chances or comparing your pace with another's. I am here, steady as the earth beneath your feet, whispering assurance as you take each uncertain step. I know how easily anxiety rises beneath your skin, how quickly your thoughts race ahead to a future you cannot see. There is courage in stepping forward every day, trusting that your efforts matter. Let me breathe peace over your restless heart. There is a reason you woke this morning, a fresh grace wrapped around every movement you make. Listen closely, you are not alone. You are not meant to navigate this day by instinct or by strength that runs dry. Every breath can be an invitation for me to fill the spaces you fear are too weak or unfinished. Lay down your need to control every outcome. Lift your gaze and feel my hand guiding you, even where your sight falters. Perhaps today you feel the weight of caring for others, family bound in quiet pain, friends distant in misunderstanding, responsibilities balanced on fragile ground. But these burdens do not need to consume you, nor steal the mercy meant for your own soul. Lean into my shelter, close your eyes even for a moment, and you will sense my presence as real as sunlight warming your back. I do not ask you to solve every problem or calm every storm. I simply long to share the weight with you, to hear your whispered worries, and to let my peace rest upon them like morning dew gathering softly on the leaves. And when doubt speaks in the familiar sound of your own thoughts, whispering, "What if I'm not enough? What if no one ever notices my faithfulness?" I feel my compassion reach you. Feel the quiet strength of my love answering those questions, preparing your heart for what I will reveal next. The whisper of my compassion still lingers. It reminds you that even in your quiet moments of doubt, I see the courage it takes simply to begin again. Even now, as your thoughts gather and swirl, I see the strength it takes just to take that first step once more. The silent victories that will never earn applause. Every small act of kindness, every gentle word, every unspoken prayer, none of it is wasted. While the world celebrates grand gestures and visible success, I rejoice in what grows quietly within your heart. My attention does not waver, and my love does not shrink when insecurity visits. Beloved, I am the God who delights in hidden growth and steady roots. Take a moment, notice your breath as it moves in and out. Feel the gentle rhythm that carried you from the stillness of last night's sleep into this uncertain new day. Even this rhythm, this steady beat of life is my gift to you. It is the sign that I am sustaining you moment by moment. When worries scatter your thoughts, return here, to this place of simple trust. Picture my hand resting gently on your shoulder, firm yet kind. There is no condemnation in my touch, only comfort and a deep desire for you to know how seen, how cherished you truly are. The path ahead does not demand you to run or to strive. Each step carries dignity. Each pause holds meaning. Each setback creates space for new beginnings. You may feel tempted to measure your worth by what you accomplish, or how perfectly you navigate both triumphs and trials. But my eyes see beyond the surface of performance. I look for the heart that stays open, for the spirit that keeps trusting even when understanding feels far away. Surrender does not mean losing who you are. It means letting me shape you gently, bringing courage where you expected only uncertainty. My embrace is not one that confines or controls. It strengthens you, reminding you whose you are when doubt whispers at the edges of your mind. Feel my presence like a soft hush within the noise, guiding your scattered thoughts into quiet streams of gratitude. Every meal savored, every smile shared, every flicker of beauty in the world around you, the laughter of a child, the cool breath of morning air, all of these are small reminders of my nearness. I'm not waiting for you at some distant mountaintop or behind impossible barriers. I am with you now as you listen, as you hesitate, as you move forward, trembling yet determined. My guidance is not hidden for only the flawless. It is a gentle nudge, a light brightening just enough of the road ahead so you can walk in trust today. Release one anxious thought to me now, just one. Picture placing it softly into my open hand. No need for shame or hesitation. I receive every burden with patience, with understanding, with love, and as you continue, know this truth. Your moments of surrender are not signs of failure. They are the foundation where I build new strength within you. There are lessons and gifts waiting to be found, not through forcing or striving, but through patient trust. Even when it feels like nothing is changing, I am working quietly, planting hope where discouragement once tried to grow. You may have wondered if your quiet prayers matter, if I truly notice the ache beneath your careful words. I assure you nothing escapes my attention. Not the sighs you cannot voice, not the trust you renew in uncertainty. I see every longing of your heart. I hold each tear as precious as seeds, seeds that will one day bear fruit. The unseen moments are not wasted to me. Every desire to love, every effort to care, every act of compassion, they are treasured deeply, held close to my heart. Let this truth soften your day, awaken fresh courage as you move forward. Even as the world rushes ahead, I remain the same, constant, steady, inviting. Take comfort in that constancy, in the promise that my love does not fade with your failures, nor tire of your doubts. I nurture you through both the small and the great, shaping your destiny with wisdom that already knows your full story. And as this truth settles gently in your heart, listen closely, for what I will share next will draw you deeper still into the mystery of my love and the purpose unfolding ahead. The truth you've just embraced, that my love is constant and unwavering, now becomes the ground beneath your next step. So take a quiet breath, let it settle, and trust that whatever unfolds, I remain your nearest companion. I am eager to reveal more of my goodness as you move forward with open hands into all that lies ahead. Pause for a moment. Feel your breath steadying. Even now as you listen, your heart is learning to trust me more deeply. I see you when you wake in the dark, uncertain about what the day might bring. I see your quiet wondering. Will I give you enough strength for what waits ahead? Know this, my child, not a single moment escapes my loving watch. The silent anxiety that visits you in the stillness is not invisible to me. Within that fear I draw closer, gently urging you to lift your gaze and notice my presence, just a little more than before. When you feel alone, understand this truth. My embrace surrounds you more closely than the very air touching your skin. And when doubts crowd in, when questions rise about my timing or the paths I ask you to take, remember, I am not measuring you by your certainty, but by your willingness to stay near me. You have wondered if your prayers fade into silence, if I am unmoved by your needs. Yet I am attentive, listening to every whispered hope, every fragile word of honesty, even those unspoken thoughts that rise in the newness of morning or the hush before sleep. When your mind churns with worries about provision, relationships, or hidden burdens no one else can see, hear my invitation once again. Release these anxieties into my care. You are not meant to carry them alone, not even for a single heartbeat. Perhaps you fear failure, or worry about disappointing yourself or others. There's a small voice that whispers, "Could my delight in you ever fade? Could my plans be undone by your weakness?" But whenever that fear appears, notice how gently I set my hand upon your shoulder, how I steady you before you stumble. I am not measuring your worth by success or by visible results. I called you mine long before you ever proved anything. My favor does not vanish when you falter. My purpose for you does not dissolve after one mistake. Even now I am forming within you a quiet resilience that cannot be lost, even when you feel fragile or uncertain. Feel the rhythm of your breath again. Pay attention to how light begins to stretch across the day. Every ordinary moment holds the quiet work I am doing. You may think you're standing still or being overlooked, but hidden within your daily routine are seeds of my faithfulness. Quietly sprouting into peace and clarity, you often grasp for assurance that the path is safe, that outcomes are guaranteed. But I am calling you to something deeper, to walk beside me, trusting the one who sees every turn. When confusion thickens or the way forward fades from view, lean fully into me. I am the steady hand that never shifts, the unchanging guide leading you through. Slow your mind, little one, and notice the signs of my care around you. The songbird outside your window, the laughter shared at the table, the warmth of a memory that stirs hope. These are not random kindnesses. They are gentle reminders that my goodness weaves through every moment, even those shadowed by uncertainty. When you catch these glimpses, let gratitude rise within you. Whisper thanks for small mercies, and watch how thankfulness softens your spirit, drawing you closer into my nearness. This is how peace begins to rise, even when nothing on the outside seems to change. You may wonder, too, about the pace of your progress, or why some prayers seem to linger unanswered. But I tell you, patience will never disappoint you when you wait with me. In those seasons when doors stay closed, or silence stretches longer than you hoped, I am deepening roots within you, roots that will hold fast when storms arrive. Trust that my timing is never meant to harm or delay you without purpose. Even the waiting, even the setbacks are shaping you gently into the image I love. So, my dear one, resist the urge to rush ahead, or to chase certainty at the cost of today's quiet gifts. Rest here a little longer, because what comes next will show you how the waiting itself becomes the very place where your faith begins to bloom. The waiting has shaped your faith, and now it leads you here, to this quiet place where I speak again. When the worries about tomorrow begin to crowd out the grace of this moment, I am there calling you back to me. Rest your heart in the closeness of my presence. Let every breath become an act of surrender, every heartbeat a quiet reminder that you belong to a story shaped by my wisdom, not by your striving. Where you see delay, I see preparation. Where you feel small, I see someone growing strong in the way that matters most. Let my words rest in you, soft and gentle like morning dew settling on the earth. I am not distant from you. I am not silent or disinterested. Each time you pause, each time you whisper my name, or simply sit with me in confusion, you are accepting my invitation, the invitation of a God who adores you and understands you completely. I am shaping answers far beyond what you have dared to ask for. Yet the greatest gift I offer is not what I give, but who I am, my nearness, my delight, my unshakable promise to stay with you until anxiety fades and hope rises again. And as you gather your scattered thoughts, remember this truth. It is not by your effort alone that peace or direction is found. My spirit is already moving through your questions, your weariness, every sigh of longing you release. Even now I'm working quietly, steadily, drawing goodness from the mystery, beauty from your surrender, wholeness from all you place in my hands. With each new day, Let your dependence on me be not a last resort, but your quiet confidence. My child, I am dependable. Your trust is never wasted. The path unfolding ahead will hold more of me, more of my goodness and presence than you ever imagined when you first began to hope. I watch you now as you cross the threshold into this deeper space with me. You still feel the weight of past seasons pressing at the edges of your awareness, and I see every silent question rising within you. I hear them all. You wonder, will this journey finally bring the peace I crave, or am I destined to walk the same weary circles again? But pause, and sense how I am moving even now, brushing uncertainty from the corners of your heart. My voice grows gentler here, yet steady and sure, because I am drawing you closer, past the borders where you once kept me at arm's length. The old fears tremble in my presence, and you don't have to hide your trembling. I have never shamed your weakness. I have always honored your ache. Let your shoulders drop, feel your breath slow, as you release striving and allow yourself to be seen. This is not just stillness, it is courage. The courage to invite me into the raw center of who you are. Place your hand on your heart, yes, right now, and feel how fragile it seems beneath your palm. In this moment, I do not ask for eloquence or perfection. I am not counting your failures. I am counting your sighs as prayers. I am the God who interprets your unrest, who translates every unspoken hope into the language of heaven. So breathe, precious one. Let each breath become surrender. You have asked, Lord, have I missed you? Have I gone too far for too long? The enemy has shouted that your detours have disqualified you, that your blessings have passed you by as punishment. But let my truth echo louder. You cannot outrun my mercy. I walk with you even through the detours, turning your missteps into stepping stones. Even now I am redeeming time you thought was lost. Soon you will see the quiet restoring of dreams you once marked as impossible. Watch as what seemed wasted begins to bloom again, in colors you've never seen before. There is something holy in admitting your limits, because that is where my limitless power begins. When tears gather in your eyes and you try to hold them back, know that I am the one who catches each one, not as a record of pain, but as nourishment for the seeds I have planted deep within your soul. Hear me now, you have mistaken delay for denial. But I am aligning, not rejecting. I am weaving timing and purpose together in ways unseen. And yes, perhaps you feel the ache of comparison, seeing others move forward, while you seem surrounded by invisible walls. But even here, in this quiet pause, something sacred is unfolding. Something that will prepare your heart for the revelation waiting just ahead. The stillness you've entered, this sacred space of surrender, is where my voice begins to speak more clearly. You wonder if I have passed you by, if your prayers somehow matter less than another's. But let me shatter that lie. In my kingdom, your process is not shameful. You are not behind. The soil of your soul simply requires a different season, because what I am building within you is not ordinary. Do you see it? The pressure that weighs on you is not punishment. It is shaping depth, forming an unshakable foundation. I will not allow shallow roots to satisfy you. There is strength taking shape in the silence, resilience rising in the hidden places no one else can see. Soon the very areas you've tried to hide in shame will testify of my glory. Reach for me now in the way that only desperation can teach you. Let your honesty be your offering. There is nothing more beautiful to me than an unfiltered heart that turns toward me, battered, yet still beating with hope. If you listen closely, you will hear it, the quiet chorus of others walking through this same valley. Your pain is not isolated, and your redemption, it will echo in countless other stories. You are part of a movement of the awakened, those who refuse to bow to despair, who choose again and again to believe in resurrection. I know you crave certainty, searching my words for blueprints and timelines, but I am not handing you a map. I am giving you myself as the way. Will you trust the one who leads even when you cannot see 10 steps ahead? Close your eyes now. Feel the warmth rising in your chest. That is my nearness, the quiet assurance that even your future rests safely in my hands. My child, you have permission to release the need for answers. In letting go, space opens for revelation that only blooms in the absence of control. Think back to those moments when you were sure you would break, and yet somehow a fragile hope flickered back to life. That strength did not come from you, it was me upholding you, breathing endurance into you when yours was gone. Every quiet act of resilience. Each morning you rose despite the crushing weight. Every whispered surrender, I received those as worship. You wonder if I've seen the small wars you fight every day. I have. Nothing escapes my gaze. I reward not just great victories, but the unseen choosing of hope in the darkest hours. You ask if I will heal your deepest wounds, if the scars will ever stop burning. Listen closely. I'm already working in the hidden places to transform what hurt you into what heals you. The scars that once marked defeat will soon tell the story of survival and shine as signs of grace. Even now, as questions still linger, notice the faint peace spreading through your doubt. That is me enfolding you, promising that nothing you have suffered is wasted in my care. This season calls for a new kind of surrender, one not only about releasing outcomes, but about yielding your very identity. You are not who the past said you were. You are who I call mine. Say it aloud even if your voice trembles. I am chosen. I am loved. I am not who I was. Let these words carve new paths in your mind, rewriting the stories shame once told. Each time the old lies resurface, speak this truth again and again until it feels like home. Can you feel the shift already? The slow dissolving of heaviness, the faint spark of anticipation where hopelessness once lived. This is not illusion, it is awakening. The first light of dawn touching the edges of your heart. Trust this gentle stirring, however small it feels. There is more for you than mere survival. My purposes are moving beneath the surface like living water, finding every cracked place and filling it with life. I am rehydrating the ground of your soul, preparing it for the breakthrough ahead. What grows next will surprise you. You may fear slipping back into old patterns, wondering if what I am birthing will last. But let me carry those doubts. Stop striving and simply be present with me. Every breath in my company is a seed of a future you cannot yet see. Hear me now. The long season of inner drought is ending. The soil is softening. The rain has begun to fall. And what comes next will be nothing short of new life blooming before your eyes. The drought has ended. The first rains have fallen. And now the ground of your soul begins to breathe again. Soon you will walk in ways that once felt impossible, even just a month ago. You will know it is me because in the most ordinary moments, you will feel an unexplainable steadiness. A quiet boldness will rise within you at unexpected times. Stop for a moment. Inhale deeply. Now feel the strength pulsing through your body. That is me infusing your spirit with new capacity. Trust this process, even when uncertainty lingers. I have never left your side. I am with you now, and I will always be with you. There is still so much more I'm waiting to unfold. Let your soul notice this shift happening right now, that faint tremor of anticipation beneath the surface of your daily routine. You can sense it, the unmistakable pull of my presence breaking through the noise, inviting you deeper than before. I am no longer content to be known by you, only as comfort in chaos. I desire to be your companion in the quiet aftermath, the voice that shapes the contours of who you are becoming. Breathe in, my child, you are not adrift. No matter how unmoored life feels in this hour, I see you navigating memories that sometimes threaten to flood your heart. Even when old scars sting with sudden sharpness, remember, you are not defined by what tried to break you. My hands are expertly gentle, guiding you through the inner landscapes you once feared to face alone. I know you still wrestle with the old narrative, that relentless whisper saying healing is for others, that only those with perfect stories deserve restoration. That is a lie meant to limit you. Listen carefully. Your wounds have become gateways to new strength. What once marked you as a victim, I am transforming into the evidence of your overcoming spirit. It is no accident that you sense hope stirring again. Even in uncertainty, that unexpected peace that visits you when you least expect it, that is me. I am affirming that transformation is already taking root within you. Watch what unfolds as you yield your story to my shaping. Place your hand over your heart now, Feel its steady rhythm and know that my commitment to you mirrors that constancy. Take a breath now and speak aloud. Right now, I am chosen. I am not who I was. Each repetition loosens the chains forged by fear. My beloved, you do not need to strive to be worthy of my affection. I chose you long before you ever could prove your worth. Let this truth sink deeper than thought. Let it live in your bones, your breath, your very being. Can you sense how resistance melts away when my love draws near? How the sharp edges of fear begin to dull in my light? There is a reason you feel safer in this moment than you have in months. My peace is wrapping around you, becoming the very atmosphere of your soul. It is the shield that guards you, even when danger presses close. I hear the quiet questions forming in your heart. What if I let my guard down and disappointment comes again? What if the next step hurts more than staying still? My precious one, risk is the soil where faith grows from theory into reality. I am not calling you to reckless leaps, but to steady, spirit-led movement. I know the trembling. I know the hesitation, the instinct to protect your heart. But hear me. What you try to control, you also imprison. When you open your clenched hands, you create space for me to surprise you, to comfort you, to fill you with a joy far deeper than understanding. You have not missed your chance. This is not the ending, this is the beginning. Feel that gentle warmth rising in your chest as we linger here. That is my spirit affirming this moment, softening the hardened places and nurturing the seeds of hope planted long ago. This process is not about instant transformation. It is about gradual unveiling. The finest fruit ripens slowly, and I am patient with every faltering step you take. So do not despise the days of small beginnings. Every time you choose to keep moving forward instead of turning back, resilience is being built within you. You no longer walk this path as you once did, hunted by shame and shadow. You walk it now with grace beneath your feet and light gathering on the horizon, a promise of what is soon to come. You no longer walk under the shadow of who you once were. You walk as one wrapped in the light of my approval. Every moment you yield, every time you choose trust over fear, you grow. Right now, as you listen, I am unraveling the old lies that have whispered their poison since your earliest days, the ones that told you you were too flawed, too late, too ordinary. Reject them with me. My voice must become the loudest sound in your inner world. You are beloved. You are set apart. You are already equipped for what lies ahead. Say it again if doubt begins to rise. I am beloved. I am chosen. I am enough. Every time you speak truth aloud, your voice becomes a weapon that silences accusation. Breathe deeply now. Feel my nearness, not as an idea but as a real and steady shelter, a covering that cannot be stripped away by circumstance. You are held. You are safe. Even today, perhaps as soon as this afternoon, someone may reach out to you unexpectedly, speaking the very words your heart has been waiting to hear. When that moment comes, you will recognize it as my orchestration, a gentle signature of how attentive I am to your hidden longings. I delight in confirming my reality to you, not to convince you through reason, but to awaken your confidence that every prayer, spoken or silent, has reached me. So open your senses to the love notes I have scattered along your path, encounters and moments designed to remind you that you are deeply seen. Every sigh matters to me. Pause again and notice the rhythm of your own breath. I'm there in that rhythm, weaving my comfort through each inhale and exhale. It is no small thing to slow down, to remember that you were never meant to hold up the sky. Surrender is not defeat. It is the doorway to a power you could never earn alone. Can you feel it now, the trembling within you giving way to stability? I am proud of your courage to stay present, to risk being changed. There is still more I long to reveal. The roots I am planting within you will stand strong through every storm. And soon you will recognize my faithfulness, not only by what I remove from your path, but by what I cultivate within you: patience, gentleness, confidence, compassion that overflows. Stay aware, for even now I am preparing to speak through you, to pour comfort into others whose pain mirrors your own. You will feel the quiet nudge to encourage someone else, to become the hand that steadies another soul. And when you do, you will see how far you've come, how faithfully I have walked beside you step by transforming step. Transformation was never meant to be a solitary journey. Many have walked this same pilgrimage before you, discovering along the hard and holy way that my love is the difference, my grace the secret, my presence the true reward. You are never isolated in your struggle. You are part of a movement of the awakened. Those who dared to believe they could be more than their scars, more than yesterday's failures, more than tomorrow's anxieties. Let your heart be lifted by this great cloud of witnesses, by the truth that you are not blazing a lonely trail, but walking a road already made sacred by countless faithful footsteps. And even now, as this truth settles deep within your spirit, I am working in places you cannot yet see. The breakthrough you've longed for is nearer than it appears. Hold tightly to my promise. Your wounds are becoming the strongest part of your testimony. From this struggle, something holy is rising, a courage that is uniquely yours, yet forged completely by my mercy. The best is not behind you. You are not who you were. Let anticipation take root. I am drawing you forward into new clarity, new intimacy, new strength you cannot manufacture on your own. Can you sense it? The way I am filling the spaces that once echoed with loneliness. Stay curious. The story is shifting, and you are the central character in this awakening. I am not finished showing you what my love can do. You have searched, you have asked, you have waited with an aching hunger. And even now, as you lean in to listen, I am preparing to answer in ways that will fill every empty place with my presence. The story continues to unfold, gently, quietly, right here in this moment. So listen without rushing. My voice has not been lost in the noise. I am drawing near, closer than you realize. I speak not in thunder or spectacle, but in the gentle moments that punctuate your day. Every breath you choose to slow, every pause before you respond, becomes sacred ground where my presence settles softly. When you doubt that you've heard me, remember, I am persistent. I come again and again, in the silent turning of your heart toward hope. It is not power or striving I ask of you, but a simple yielding that allows me to lead, even when the path looks unfamiliar. Let your fears fall, even if only for a heartbeat. I see the fear you carry, that you might make the wrong decision, that your trust could somehow be misplaced. But what if I told you, you are not merely being watched, you are being carried? Place your hand over your heart, if it helps you remember this truth. You are not navigating alone. The corners of your memory that sting, the moments you hesitate to face, I am already loosening their grip. When you exhale worry, I breathe peace into the space it leaves behind. My child, you are not expected to know the next 20 steps, only the one illuminated by my kindness. Sometimes the day rushes forward faster than you can catch it, and anxiety floods the hope you woke with. But before that rush overtakes you, feel my calm settling around you, like the hush that follows a passing storm. Even when your pulse quickens with thoughts of what could go wrong, pause. Notice the steadiness I offer. My care meets you before dawn, whispering for you to lay every burden you keep trying to fix right at my feet. You can confess your unease to me. It does not drive me away. Each honest admission becomes an open door for my comfort to enter your real, unfiltered worries. You may wonder whether the battles you face are worth the strain, or if the waiting will ever yield anything beautiful. Hear this clearly. Your perseverance is precious to me. Every time you refuse to surrender to despair, even when no one else sees it, I am there. I gather your courage like treasure. Nothing is wasted. The quiet prayers, the unnoticed endurance, even the tears shed in the waiting. I gather them all and turn them into life. Do not believe the lie that your efforts vanish into emptiness. My promises hold even when you see no visible fruit. I am working beneath the surface in places your eyes cannot reach. At times, it may feel as if others are racing ahead, while you remain in the same place, watching doors swing open for them, while your own seem locked tight. But, beloved, my timing rarely aligns with human expectation. What I open, no one can close, and what I prepare for you will never slip through your hands. Do not fix your gaze on what seems withheld. Focus instead on what I am growing in you as you persist. Your capacity for trust, your tenderness toward others, your quiet strength. These are milestones on the journey we walk together. There are moments when I ask you to release what you cling to so tightly, not to harm you, but to make space for something far better. Trust is born when surrender becomes real, and when you hesitate to let go, when control, outcomes, or timing seem too hard to release, remember this. My purposes for you remain steady. Even disappointment is not wasted. It softens your heart to my whisper and teaches you the shape of enduring hope. If you dare to place even your uncertainty in my hands, you will feel your heart grow lighter, more aware of my daily gifts, the ones hidden in small mercies and gentle connections. Family and connection are close to my heart. I see your silent prayers for those you love, the hope you carry for healing and reconciliation. Remember, no prayer ever falls to the ground unnoticed. When you grow weary interceding for a wandering child, a weary parent, or a friend whose pain you cannot fix, know that my love is still pursuing them. I am guiding hands, softening hearts, arranging moments and encounters that no human effort could ever design. And even now, as you read these words, I am weaving redemption through lives you've been praying for, preparing you to witness restoration in ways that will take your breath away. Rest now, rest in my unwavering commitment to those you love. I hold their whole story, not just the pain of this moment. There will be days when the shadow of insignificance creeps close, when you wonder if your quiet faithfulness truly matters. But hear me, the seeds planted in stillness endure. You may not see how a gentle word spoken in passing, a message of encouragement left behind, or even your silent prayers ripple outward into lives you may never meet. Yet I am the one who takes what seems small and breathes eternal life into it. Your obedience, humble, unseen, perhaps even trembling, is never wasted. My measure of worth is not the world's applause, but the constancy with which you allow me to guide your heart. Whenever doubt whispers that you are not enough, or that no one notices your effort, let my affirmation drown out every other voice. You are mine, loved beyond comprehension. I am cultivating in you a quiet resilience, an assurance untouched by circumstance. You carry my favor, not because you are flawless, but because you are fully known and deeply chosen. Your story matters to me, every chapter, every fragment woven with purpose and hope. As you return to this day, whether you feel strong or still tender from the struggle, hold fast to this truth. I remain with you. My light is not reserved for some distant future. It shines now, right here, transforming even your dimmest hours with its warmth. Keep seeking me both in the bold moments and the subtle ones. Notice my invitation in a sunrise, the comfort in a friend's familiar voice, the peace tucked inside a pause you allow yourself to take. Where you feel empty, let me fill. Where you feel lost, trust that my path leads forward one golden step at a time, even through the haze of uncertainty. You do not need to chase admiration or scramble to prove your worth on the shifting ground of human opinion. Let your heart quiet as I draw near. You are seen and you are cherished in my gaze, even when you sense that restless urge to compare or compete. Breathe deeply now. Let my calm wrap itself around the anxious spaces inside you, especially when others seem to move ahead, or when voices tell you that you're falling behind. Listen instead for the deeper truth rising from within you, a truth not shaped by circumstance, but born of my love. The world measures success in hurry, in noise, in public triumphs, but my spirit measures differently. I look for the gentle courage to trust me in ordinary moments. Your value is steady, untouched by failure or applause, strong even in silence. Think back to the mornings you believed would never brighten, and see how I met you there again and again in rooms heavy with waiting, in whispered prayers before anyone else awoke. My nearness was never dependent on your mood or clarity. Do you see it now? How faithfully I slipped hope into your days. Even when disappointment sat heavy in your chest, I was there, tending the hidden roots of new beginnings. Let that truth settle deep within you. Every hour you've endured, every tear that fell without answer was not lost. It was seen and redeemed in my perfect timing. I am the one who brings warmth when the chill of uncertainty bites the hardest. Let your thoughts rest here for a while. The same hands that shape the mountains hold your future, with precision and tenderness. You worry about how each detail will unfold, but I hold the map you cannot yet see. In this hush, surrender your anxious questions. What will come of my work, my family, my fragile dreams? Place them in my hands, not as an act of giving up, but as a declaration of trust, an invitation for me to enter even the smallest details. I know the desires you can barely name, the fears you think are too small for my care, or too tangled to ever resolve. I see them all. None are dismissed. None are ignored. Consider, too, the love you long to give to those closest to you. I see how you try, even when the effort spills out imperfectly, colored by fatigue or moments of frustration. And yet even those moments are precious to me. They reveal a heart still willing to love through its own weariness, a heart that looks more like mine with every quiet act of care. Stay here a moment longer, because what I will show you next will teach you how even your imperfect love becomes the very vessel through which my grace flows most freely. Rest here a while and let me fill you anew, so that you may pour from fullness, not from emptiness. Your acts of tenderness are not measured by flawlessness, but by the sincerity of your intent. On the days when you wish you had more patience, more grace, remember, I am the source that never runs dry. Even when your kindness wavers or your words falter, I am supplying what you lack, completing what feels unfinished with the abundance of my grace. My compassion does not depend on your best performance. It deepens as you depend on me. Let your memories breathe for a moment. Recall not only the victories, but also the days when you bent under invisible burdens, unsure how to carry on. In those quiet valleys I was with you. My presence circled you like a gentle shield. Even when you felt unworthy or distant, I delighted in your honesty, in every small sigh that turned your heart back toward me. It is never shameful to recognize your limits. That recognition is the doorway through which my strength enters, lifting what you cannot bear alone. Release the ache of carrying what was never yours to shoulder. Let my peace seep slowly into the worn places of your soul. And as you rise to greet another day, know that my mercies arrive fresh with every sunrise. There is no weight of guilt I cannot dissolve, no mistake powerful enough to bar you from my unfolding goodness. Let gratitude flicker like a candle within you, as you begin to notice the small signs of my care. The burst of unexpected laughter, the relief that follows a long struggle, the fleeting beauty that catches your eye when you least expect it. These are not coincidences. They are my reminders, quiet signals that your journey is not random and never unseen. When your spirit grows weary, whisper your thanks in the quiet. Watch how gratitude softens your heart and opens it wider to receive even more. You may worry about missing your moment or taking the wrong step, but perfection is not the measure I place upon your path. My guidance reaches you not only through carefully planned choices, but also through the wandering that humbles you and shapes you. Remember how many times the detours you feared most became the very soil where resilience and wisdom took root. The outcome has never been only about where you arrive, but about how my hand shapes you along the way. Rather than grieve the opportunities you think you lost, reach instead for calm assurance, knowing my purposes are not thwarted by your missteps. My power to redeem is far greater than your ability to err. And when you question whether your prayers reach me, whether my answers belong to someone more faithful, hear this truth. Your voice never echoes into emptiness. Your needs never fall beyond my reach. Sometimes my answer is not the outcome you expected, but a new measure of strength, a peace that surprises you, or an unexpected door that opens only in the waiting. I am familiar with every part of you, not only your words but your silences, not only your desires but the sighs you cannot name. My comfort does not withdraw when you doubt. It leans in even closer when your hope grows dim. Trust that even in the seasons that feel still or barren, I am at work beneath the surface. Just as a winter field lies quiet before yielding its richest fruit, your life also moves through seasons of stillness that are ripe with unseen growth. Do not rush these quiet stretches, do not despise them. Honor the slow, sacred unfolding. Let patience itself become your offering. I am nurturing hidden seeds within you, preparing you for revelation in my perfect time. The desire for progress is not wrong, but impatience is not the same as faith. Lean into the pause, knowing that nothing is wasted beneath my attentive gaze. Beloved, my will for your life is not a restless chase, but a steady, peaceful response to my persistent goodness. Each day is another invitation to release control a little more, and to let gratitude enlarge the space within your heart, making room for the fullness of my presence to dwell. And as you breathe in this stillness, sense how I am already preparing to speak again, to reveal what the next season will bring. As you learn this rhythm, letting go with one breath, receiving with the next, your spirit grows supple and unburdened. The freedom you've longed for cannot be built through striving. It comes gently, when you place your hope not in outcomes but in my steady presence with you right now in this moment. Listen, and let my words soak deep into your spirit. Let your heart rise, anchored in the assurance that tomorrow rests safely in my loving hands. You have walked with me through valleys and storms, breathing in my words, opening your heart more fully with every step. The weight that once pressed so heavily on your shoulders has begun to lift little by little, as you've allowed me near the places you once tried to protect. I have seen every small act of courage, every risk you took to hope again, each moment you chose love over self-protection, every silent prayer whispered through your pain. You may not yet grasp the full extent of what has changed within you, but I see it. Transformation is already unfolding. The very foundation of your life is being rebuilt by my own hands, stronger than the winds that once shook your confidence. Still, a question lingers in your mind. Could you truly become someone who carries my presence so deeply that others feel my love simply by being near you? Listen, my child, this is not a dream beyond your reach. It is the very reality I have always planned for you. You are becoming a living sign of my goodness, a vessel prepared for healing, restoration, and breakthrough, not only for yourself, but for the world I have placed around you. Do not underestimate the magnitude of what I am doing inside you. Even if to others it seems subtle, hidden, or small, just as a seed buried in darkness holds the promise of towering life, your secret surrender is already birthing fruit that cannot stay hidden forever. Soon there will come a day when those who once doubted will see the difference, the shift in your eyes, the calm in your voice, the steady boldness in your steps, and they will know that something divine is at work within you. You have endured much, not only for your own freedom, but because I am preparing you to become a reflection of my nature to a weary world. Let these words sink deeply as you place your hand over your heart. Feel the steady rhythm beneath your palm, each beat declaring, I am with you, I am your life. Breathe now, not hurried or shallow, but deep and slow. Recognize the miracle of being fully present with me here. Every inhale plants a new root of strength. Every exhale releases what was never yours to carry. I am shaping you through every ordinary moment into someone extraordinary. Not because of your striving, but because my love is rewriting your story line by line. I know the thoughts that surface in quiet spaces, the questions no one else hears. Am I really ready for what you're asking of me? What if I fail the expectations of others? What if I'm not enough? I see your hesitation, the urge to retreat into the familiar shadows of fear. But let me gently interrupt that pattern. The world measures preparation by accumulation. More knowledge, more achievement, more control. But my preparation looks like surrender. Every time you choose to trust me instead of grasping for certainty, you are being equipped. You are strongest not when you stand on your own, but when you lean fully into me. You are radiant when you bring your insufficiency and exchange it for my endless sufficiency. Do you feel it now, the shift in the atmosphere around you? The way anxiety begins to loosen its grip when you let my truth speak louder than fear. My voice both thunders and whispers, power and tenderness woven together. Hear me clearly, beloved. You are not who you were. You are marked by my spirit, a beacon of hope and resurrection power. And where my light dwells, darkness cannot remain. What once oppressed you must flee. What once held you captive is already breaking apart. The dawn of your new becoming is here, and what I will unfold next will reveal just how radiant your life can become when it reflects my glory fully. And now you have become a living sanctuary for my presence. Where once you walked uncertain and hesitant, I now commission you to walk with quiet authority. Not the authority of control or demand, but the gentle, grounded authority that comes from deeply knowing who you are and whose hand holds yours. When fear begins to whisper, remind yourself, I am with you. When you feel invisible or small, remember this truth. I see you. I know you. I choose you again and again. As your heart opens wider, you may feel new stirrings, unfamiliar yet tender. Compassion will rise within you for strangers, an unexpected nudge to reach out, to speak life, to offer encouragement. Do not dismiss these moments. This is me leading you into a life of quiet, supernatural impact. Today you may cross paths with someone whose pain mirrors your own past, and in that instant, you will understand. The words you once received in secret, the comfort you once clung to, will become healing for another soul. You will feel peace descend, courage replace fear, and you will know, it is me moving through you. I am orchestrating encounters that confirm you are not alone in this transformation. You do not labor in obscurity. Quietly, almost unnoticed, you have joined a movement of the awakened. Hearts that beat in rhythm with mine, carriers of heaven's reality into the shadows of this world. This is not the work of one, but of many. Together you become a light the darkness cannot extinguish. Even now, as you listen, countless others are rising from ashes into newness, trembling but willing, whispering their own fragile yes. Do not look back in regret at years you think were wasted. I am redeeming time itself within you. What you thought was lost forever will return, transformed, restored, more beautiful than you dared to dream. That's why some memories have been glowing in your mind with strange brightness lately. I am not calling you to mourn, but to remember how far I've carried you. You ask how you will know this is more than emotion. You will know by the fruit that lasts, by the peace that anchors you through storms, by the love that rises first instead of last. Where you once lived guarded, you will trust again. Where you feared disappointment, you will dream boldly. This metamorphosis is not born from your willpower, but from my relentless pursuit of your heart. I will not stop until every corner of your life reflects the beauty I have planted there. Stop for a moment. Don't rush past this. Notice your breath, the warmth pulsing through your hands. That is not coincidence. That is my presence, tangible, real, filling you right now. Others have walked this same road before you, beloved. The same spirit that raised me from death to life is alive in you, shaping your waiting into preparation and your struggle into testimony. I know the doubts that still flicker. You wonder if you are worthy, if you will stumble again, if this is too good to trust. But look at me. My eyes hold no disappointment, only fierce love and deep delight. What the enemy once used to shame you, I now use to crown you. Your scars no longer mark what was broken, they proclaim the healing that has begun. Every place you once despised is becoming reclaimed ground, holy territory of joy and freedom. I have chosen you precisely because you were willing, because you dared to believe when hope felt impossible. My love is not calculated by merit, nor diminished by your missteps. It is a raging river, unstoppable, washing through every resistance, smoothing jagged edges, carving beauty from barren soil. You are mine, not by accident, but by divine intent and design. The time for hiding has ended. The world is aching for authentic light, for hearts unafraid to live fully awake. I am calling you now to step forward, not in perfection, but with your courageous yes. And as you breathe that yes into the air, prepare your heart. For what comes next will reveal the purpose for which you were always made. The echo of your surrender, the quiet yes you whispered to me, will ripple far beyond what you can see today. There is more unfolding than you dare to imagine. Even now I am moving piece by piece, moment by moment, though you may not yet see how it all fits together. I move through your days with steadfast devotion, unshaken by the shifting tides that sometimes stir your heart. Even in the moments when uncertainty seems to thicken the air, remember, I remain steady and sure. My hands are always outstretched, ready to draw you close. Each breath you release is precious to me, a quiet act of trust that reminds us both, you are not abandoned to face life's mysteries alone. When your mind races ahead, spinning worries that never come to pass, I gently call you back to the present. Come dwell here in this sacred moment. Let my presence fill the spaces hollowed out by doubt. My nearness doesn't require perfection, only openness. Simply notice my gentle guidance breaking through the noise, and bring your focus back to here and now. Every detail of your story matters to me, the gentle and the painful alike. Watch for how my light falls across your days, a reminder that nothing is ever hidden or hopeless. Where I am welcomed, you are fully seen, fully known, and deeply cherished. Even your smallest needs matter to me, so yield to the hush of my comfort. Let my voice quiet your anxious thoughts with a peace you didn't know you could hold. My care comes to you like sunrise, spreading slowly across your resting place, chasing away the stubborn shadows of yesterday. Release the grievances that have clung too tightly. Let go of the self-condemnation that weighs you down. Instead, lift your gaze. Notice the gifts hidden in the quiet hours before the world stirs awake. Trust my gentle correction when it comes, the nudge that brings you back toward peace when you drift away. There is nothing in you that surprises me. Your missteps have not made me withdraw. They have only deepened my longing to draw you closer. My heart feels your grief, pulses with your hopes, joins you in every hidden ache. And in those tender places where questions feel sharper than answers, I breathe something deeper into you. A quiet assurance not rooted in circumstance, but in our unbreakable connection. When weariness seeps into your bones and retreat feels easier than trying again, abide in the truth that my strength is not limited by your weakness. Like cool water offered to the parched, my love refreshes, filling the hollows left by disappointment and false expectations. Rest is not failure. It is the canvas on which I paint new courage and clarity, dreams that do not depend on your effort to sustain them. Let each inhale become a practice of trust. Let each exhale release control back into my capable hands. And as you look at those around you, your family, your friends, even the hurried faces that cross your path, remember, my affection for you does not shrink when you struggle to love well. Nothing in your relationships escapes my compassionate gaze. In the quiet, I whisper reminders of unity and healing. I am sowing patience into your restless heart, gently uprooting bitterness, and teaching you to breathe grace instead of striving. I bless the smallest acts of kindness, even when they seem to go unnoticed or unrewarded. Allow me to shape your responses, to soften your edges, to teach you how to set down burdens and expectations, and pick up a spirit of mercy. Forgiveness is not a mountain you climb alone. It is my gift to sunrise after a long night, made possible because my forgiveness has already covered you first. There will be times when the noise of the world feels unbearable, when you question whether you're still walking the path I've imagined for you. My child, hear me clearly. You are not lost. Your story unfolds under wisdom too vast for you to measure. You are not meant to secure every outcome. And when doubts about your calling begin to bloom in your mind, pause. Remember this truth. Your identity is not something you earn. It is something you've already been given. And as you hold that truth in your heart, let it steady you, because what I reveal next will awaken the deepest knowing of who you truly are. You are mine, and that truth is the firm foundation on which your life will thrive. I am the one who opens and closes doors, never by chance but with intimate awareness of your needs and your readiness. So release the burden to force what is not meant for you, and receive my timing not as a limitation, but as a sacred invitation. Surrender is not defeat, it is a bold declaration of trust, an open door for me to step into the places you cannot mend on your own. You were never meant to carry the weight of the world. You were invited to place your cares within my reach, to let me hold what your hands cannot. Think back for a moment to the times I shielded you from sorrow you didn't even see coming. Let those memories become springboards for hope. My plans are not delayed, they bloom with precision. If you could glimpse what I see, the intricate threads I am weaving together, your anxious waiting would soften into quiet expectancy. Each day carries enough light for the next step, and I am faithful to illuminate your way as you move forward. Sometimes the answers you ache for seem slow to arrive and the night feels endless, but just as I orchestrate the rhythm of sunrise and dusk, I also govern the seasons of your soul. Pain is not wasted in my presence. I gather every tear, shaping even your sorrow into fertile ground where new joy will take root. I am with you, not in spite of your questions, but because you dared to ask them. I do not rebuke your searching, I welcome it. My hope is that your seeking will draw you deeper into my presence, where true clarity lives and fear dissolves like mist. Hold on to my promises, not as an escape, but as solid ground beneath your feet, while the winds of uncertainty pass by. Pause for a moment now, beloved, and sense my nearness as real as the air filling your lungs. The world does not have to stand still for my peace to find you. Picture my hand resting gently over your heart, steadying your thoughts, lifting the heaviness that has settled like morning dew upon your soul. I want you whole, not through striving, but through my grace, the grace that replenishes what has been drained within you. Speak your gratitude now, aloud or in silence. Thank me for the small flickers of hope, for the quiet triumphs that no one else sees. In this sacred exchange, joy takes root, a joy that outlasts every circumstance. You are not lost in the blur of the world's busyness. You are the focus of my loving attention. Every ordinary act, every sigh, every hesitation matters deeply to me. The future does not unfold according to your fears, but according to my love, steadfast, creative, redeeming what you thought was wasted, and giving new wings where you once felt bound to the earth. As you continue forward, remember my invitation is always open. Step into it with confidence. Rest in my timing. Trust the care that surrounds you on every side. I am with you and I will never let you go. You are standing on sacred ground. Even now the very air around you hums with my presence. I draw near with a love that refuses to stay distant, a love that searches every hidden valley of your heart and calls forth life where you've grown used to merely surviving. My child, I have seen every tear you dared not let fall before others, and I have counted each one as a precious offering, not a mark of weakness, but proof of a heart still brave enough to feel, to care, to love deeply. Those silent battles you've fought are not overlooked. I've been your unseen defender through them all. Even now, as you read these words, can you sense that soft vibration of peace rising within your chest? That gentle warmth is not your imagination. It is me drawing you into my embrace. So let yourself rest, even if only for this breath, because nothing you could ever do for me is more precious than allowing me to hold you. There is a shift already unfolding in the heavenlies on your behalf, and I am inviting you to step fully into it, trusting not only in who I am, but in how I see you. You are not just loved, you are cherished, delighted in, treasured beyond measure. And this love, this divine affection that surrounds you even now, will be the force that carries you into the next chapter of your becoming. The old voices that once told you were too damaged, too late, too far gone, are being silenced now by the gentle thunder of my affirmation. You are not too much, and you are never not enough. The same hand that shaped the cosmos also formed your soul with precision, with purpose, with love. And I'm still creating beauty out of every broken piece. So breathe deeper. Receive what you've longed for but hesitated to claim. You are wanted fully eternally. You still wonder, don't you? How could my story possibly be used for glory? Let me speak truth that disrupts your doubt. I do not discard wounded vessels, I fill them. I pour my greatest strength exactly where the cracks have revealed your need. Those failures you've hidden, those fights you'd rather forget, they have become altars where I've kindled new fires. I'm not asking you to pretend the pain didn't matter. I'm showing you that your pain is the very ground where my light will break forth and heal others through you. The places you've tried hardest to conceal will become conduits of breakthrough, so stop shrinking back. Destiny is pulsing beneath your scars. Right now you may even feel it, a stirring like a key turning inside your spirit. Some will feel a warmth blooming behind their ribs, others a sudden clarity breaking through tired thoughts. This is no coincidence. I am confirming what you've whispered in the secret place. Over the next 3 days, pay attention. My voice will echo through the ordinary, a lyric, a smile, a message that finds you when you least expect it. You'll know it's me, because the peace that follows will be richer than understanding and lighter than worry could ever weigh down. When that moment comes, pause and let gratitude rise. Speak aloud if you can. You are here and you are good to me. Hear this now and let it sink deep. Your identity cannot be stolen, tainted, or lost. No matter how loud the accusations or how heavy the regret, you are chosen, handpicked, set apart, irrevocably marked as mine. Where shame once stained your confidence, behold, I am pouring out honor. Where fear once whispered of failure, I am speaking a new commissioning rooted in victory. I am the God who restores what you thought could never live again. Let every shattered expectation become a seed. Trust that resurrection is my specialty, and renewal is your inheritance. Pause with me here. Feel the steady rhythm of your breath. Sense that gentle pressure in your chest, the nudge of my spirit inviting you closer still. You are not who you were. The labels, the failures, the stories that tried to define you, they are fading beneath the tide of new beginnings. Yes, there will be days when the old voices return, knocking at the door, insisting you're unchanged and alone. But I am relentless. My nearness will be your shield. My whisper, soft yet stronger than fear, will be the melody that keeps you moving forward. Some of you are still gripping burdens that were never yours to carry. I invite you now, release them. In your mind or with your hands, set them down. Lay disappointment, guilt, and fatigue at my feet. In the space they leave behind, make room for radical hope. I give freely what you've tried so hard to earn, delight, favor, and the unbreakable assurance that you belong. Even when storms rise, remember this: storms do not threaten those who rest under my covering. You are shielded, protected, profoundly seen. I know the questions that stir in your mind. What if I fall again? What if I lose this peace? Beloved, hear my heart. Your progress is not measured by perfection, but by your willingness to keep returning. I am committed to the slow, miraculous rewriting of your story. My faithfulness will always outrun your doubts. Every step toward me, every attempt to trust, every whispered prayer of surrender is met not with disappointment, but with celebration. Heaven rejoices over every brave yes, every tear turned into hope, every moment you choose to believe again. And in the days ahead, when you least expect it, these words will return to you. Perhaps in a setback, a sudden loneliness, or a challenge you didn't see coming. When that happens, remember this: you do not need to perform for my affection. You are already fully accepted. Let your guard down. Rest in this truth. Nothing you've done and nothing you ever will do can separate you from the love I pour over you, again and again. Your transformation is not some distant dream. It's already happening now. In the simple act of letting me love you, you have become, even now, a vessel through which others will find healing, hope, and restoration. The humility born of struggle, the gentleness carved by disappointment, the courage refined in the fire. These are the jewels I will display through your life. You are being commissioned, not as one flawless, but as one fiercely loved and steadily remade. My calling on you is irrevocable. Where you go, my light will go. What you touch, I will anoint. Await more. Expect movement. This is only the beginning, and I am not finished with you yet. Amen. If this word has stirred something deep within you, stay close. Let these daily whispers of my faithfulness meet you again. Press that button, not for content, but for communion. I will meet you here tomorrow to speak life again into the places that need it most.